Good evening, and welcome to the Shea Show in the Dark. Real talk, where talk is real. Every now and then, excuse me, Jesus Christ, I need to drink some water or something. Every now and then, I like to revisit certain things that I might have talked about in the past because I think this is important. It's affecting what's going on in the world. So sometimes you got to keep delivering the same message sometimes because sometimes people miss the message and they forget it. So they just have to be reminded sometime of the message. And that's what I do. Bring back the message from time to time to just enlighten you. That's what I do. There's going to be people that love you. I mean, just love you. I mean, no matter what the fuck you do, they love you and they're going to stay true to who they are. No matter what. They might see that you got some fucking flaws, but they still going to love you because they respect who you are. And those are the folks that I really appreciate the most. And I also appreciate the other folks too now. The other ones who don't like you. They can't figure out a reason why they don't like you, but goddamn it, I know it's something about that motherfucker. I don't know what it is, but I can't stand that motherfucker. Oh, all the time. All the time. You'd be surprised of all the the texts and the emails I get about people who actually do that to me. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, man, you talking about somebody get fan mail or something or hate mail? Oh my God! I sit there, I read some of that shit too. I mean, am I bothered by it? Nah, fuck it. No, I'm not really bothered by it because at the end of the day, you can't change a person's thoughts. They have to do that themselves. I can't change that person's thoughts of me, or who they think I am, or who they perceive me to be. Or damn it, they don't even know why they don't fucking like me, but it's just something. That's something they got to fucking sort out. That's something they have to sort out. And it's okay. So what I'm trying to say is, you got a lot of people who bothered by what other people say and what people think of them. And they end up giving up or going back into a shell because they're not strong enough to deal with certain situations or handle rejection. Some people just can't handle that shit. It's tough. Rejection and negativity is rough, and when you see it, it's rough. It's rough to deal with, but you got to be strong and say, you know what, it is what it is. I'm not gonna fucking make everybody fucking happy. I'm just not gonna make everybody fucking happy. No matter what. No matter what. So you got to find a way to be strong and deal with that shit. When you know that there's somebody who don't care for you. It's a lot of you out there. There's people out there who don't give a shit about you right now. And that bothers you. Or they saying things on social media. Sometimes I think social media is the worst thing that ever came along or got invented. Because you get a chance to to look into other people's worlds and see some of the stupid shit that people is doing and people fighting on, in Walmarts and things that have been probably going on for a long time before the internet come along. And we would have never known there were so many deranged people out here. We'd never known that shit until the internet came along. And now you see everything and people bothered by a lot of things they see or feel about. Like me. Everybody know I'm Shea from the Shea Show. On YouTube, I do my thing. Let me say this. The Shea Show is not about real estate. I tell people this shit all the fucking time. The Shea Show is about my everyday life. And real estate just happens to be part of it. So the biggest part of my base is just novice. People who just like ran across it and just like, hey, this is a show. And they enjoy it. They're not investors. They just enjoying just watching my life unfold in front of me. And, and with that, I know there's a lot that comes along with being on the internet. I say this all the time. Once you put yourself out there on the internet, you out there. That shit is like a a freaking weed. It just grows and grows. So you got to be careful what you portray when you own the internet. You just have to. How you come across and how you take things when people say things. Because anybody met me know that I'm the same way in person as I am on YouTube. There's no difference. You can talk to Ron over there in PA. He'll tell you. You can talk to Rosette down in the Bay Area. She'll tell you, even though me and her don't get along from time to time, but she'll tell you I'm real. I say what's on my fucking mind, and I am who I am. But it's like this. See, I was trying not to get too deep, but I'm going to, because I feel like there's people who really need to hear this shit. I got people, when I do things like rehabs and shit like that, right? People take that shit so personal, and I really appreciate it. I really do. But I'm just having fun. I'm just having fun. It's just, and that's how I do things. It just had to be unfolded in front of you. This is not scripted shit. I mean, this is actually my fucking life. This is what I fucking do. This is before YouTube. This is what I do. Watch me in the video sometime. Sometimes I forget that y'all even there, because I'm sitting there so engrossed at who I'm talking to or what I'm talking about or passionate about what I'm talking about. You can't help but just get like, wow, this guy is real. And I realize that. And I'm not perfect, and I make mistakes. I really do. And there's people out there, they will let you know that you made a mistake too, or in their mind. In their mind, they think it's a mistake. Maybe it's just the way it was. Maybe they don't know the whole circumstances of what I'm doing or why I'm doing it. It makes a difference. I did that house on East Point, and you guys seen the contractor that the owner actually hired from the beginning before we came into the picture, and they took that poor man for a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money, and didn't do shit. And was still asking for money, and by him being an investor, he's not certain. This is his first time down here dealing with this shit. And so he don't have nobody he's looking for somebody who's going to guide him and tell him what's right and the right way to do things, because people can come across on the phone a certain way when they want something. And he got these guys to do this little rehab on that house over there. Like I said, it took a lot of money. And they didn't deliver. They didn't do what they said they were going to do. They was in that fucking place for shit. See, like over a fucking month. And you guys didn't see shit being done in that place. And they were still requesting money from the guy. And he was telling me, I said, man, quit sending these fucking guys money. You don't need this shit. This is why I'm doing these fucking videos. But he learned after the 4th or 5th video. He said, you know what, I'm done. I'm just take over, do whatever you got to do, and let's get this shit right. Well, at this point, I know this man been out a lot of money already. I know this. So I'm going to do my best to try to make it easy on him, because somebody just took him for a lot of money. And so when I did that rehab over there, hold on, gotta get some water. See, this is real shit going on. See, I'm sitting here talking to you right now, right? And drinking water. Where's my phone at? So, anyway, I realized this. So, let me see if I can get the troops in here and do what we can where it's not going to cost a lot more, and just get it done so it can be nice. And if you watch those videos from the beginning when those guys was in there versus when we came in, that place is night and day. And what kills me about that sometimes, the same people who seen those videos previously when those guys was in there not doing nothing, and they're making comments like, man, what's wrong with the owner? How come blah, 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 blah? He needs to let you do what you need to do. He's wasting time and money. But then, a month later, after I get in, the same people who realized that this guy been taking out a lot of money already, because I talked about it in the videos, I said, you know what? I'm going to do what I got to do. Make a couple deals with Chris, and the other Chris, and whoever doing the shit over there to save this guy some money. You heard me negotiating that in the video with Chris. I'm trying to save this guy some money, letting him know that I'm on his team. I'm trying to do the right thing for him because I realized that you got, somebody took you. And so if you look at those videos from the beginning to when I finished, despite the cabinets, that place looked real nice. Real nice. And the place looked like shit. I mean, when I first walked in there and seen the place, it looked like shit. So you got folks who run around like it's HGTV or something. I would do this and I would do that. Those cabinets are hideous. Instead of just saying the place is nice. The place is nice. And it is. The place is nice. This is going to be rental property. If you watch most of my videos, a lot of these people tear these fucking places up. The more money you put in these damn places, they tear them up. I don't understand the renter mentality of right now, what's going on with these people. You guys seen videos where I had to evict somebody within a month. 2 months of just moving in. Fucking 2 months, he just quit paying. Just like that. And the total destruction in 2 months. I did a house at Tim's house. The girl was in there for like less than 2 months. And the place was fucking destroyed. It was fucking destroyed in 2 months. And I showed the video and people was like, damn, you would think that woman stayed in there at least a year. When we went in there, it was smelling. It was diapers with feces all over the fucking floor. It's just, oh my God, it was absolutely terrible. And Tim put a lot of money into that house. A lot of money. And what I'm trying to say is, no matter how nice you make something look, it doesn't fucking matter. If you can't get somebody who's going to come in here and take care of the shit, you can put the top of the line shit in, and they're going to fuck it up. Perfect example, again, Dean Sagano in California, my earlier fucking videos, my investor in California, I want to say 9 years ago, almost when I first started doing this shit. He was a guy who wanted everything a certain way because he lived in California, in a ritzy part. And the guy had money. They got restaurants and shit. So he wanted everything high end. You guys might remember this. He got in touch with me, and I told him, I said, listen, you don't want to go high end. Even though this is a nice house, you just don't want to do it. Because these people are not going to appreciate it. They're not going to take care of it. Do what you have to do to make it look nice without putting a lot of high-end money into it. And he said, no, that's not what I want to do. It's my property. It's over here in this area. I researched this area. Remember, he's not from here. I researched this area, and the rents will be this if you do this and do that to your property. I get it. If you can do that in certain areas in black neighborhoods, you just can't do that shit. And that's just real talk. You just can't do that shit. Now, if that shit was out in Farmington Hills or Rochester Hills, you can invest money because people in areas like that, they used to having something and taking care of shit. They're homeowners. People out there who got $400,000 and $500,000 homes, $1 million homes, they taking care of their shit. Pookie them don't do that. Because Pookie them don't have it like that in the hood. So you got to make it look nice. I mean, most landlords here that I know don't do shit to their places. Somebody move out, I'm not going to say no name because I know some landlords friends right now who might even be listening to me. When somebody move out, they don't put no paint on the wall. They don't do the carpet. They just like take somebody's money and have somebody move in like 3 days later and didn't even clean the fucking place out. But here's the problem. When you got people who will take a situation like that, that creates something really bad overall when it comes to what the property is going to look like. So what I'm saying is that place to me at East Point looked nice. Again, the cabinet was hideous, but what can you do? We tried to do it the best way that we could because what a lot of people don't know about that, when those guys came in to do that rehab for him. I don't even know who those cats was. First thing I said to him, I said, the cabinets are supposed to be sanded down, because I talked to the owner about it when he said this is what we're going to have those guys do, because I seen the cabinets when I first got there. He said, yeah, okay. And I talked to the guy. So about a week into the project, while they were still over there not doing nothing, they slapped some stain on there. I knew they wasn't sanded. They just slapped stain on them cabinets, and it was really blotchy and shit. So I said something to him. He said, "Oh no, we just that's just our first coat." I said, "But did you sand it?" He said, "Oh, we took care of everything." I knew damn well he hadn't sanded. They turned around after that shit dried, and it was like lumpy here and lumpy there. They put another coat on top of that, and that shit dried. And then those cabinets started to really get fucked up. That's when, by the time the owner seen it, by my fourth video, he said, "Hey, get rid of these guys. I'm gonna fire these guys. Just take over." So when I had Chris come in, I told him, I said, "These cabinets, take every freaking door off and sand them down. Sand them down so we can get another nice finish on them, and we'll do a lighter color." He said, "Okay." And you seen in the video where he had those things down. I looked at them. Now, what I say in the video, I said, "Yeah, I see where you sanded at them." I said, "Well, how come you can't get it down no further?" He said, "Man, whatever that shit was they put on there, how they did this shit," he said, "they messed these things up." He said, "And the sandpaper that I'm using, this is the grade that you use for this." He said, I said, "Well, take the grade up one more." So, which means you go ahead and get a little rougher sandpaper, and which is 60 grit, a 60 grit. And he said, "Nah." He said, "You 60 is the next one." He said, "If you put 60 on here," he said, "not only are you going to take that shit off, you're going to take the original finish off of these cabinets. It's going to be really wavy at that point, because that is going to eat all into the wood now with the 60 grit." He said, "The best thing I can do is just sand the best way I can and get a cherry stain and put over it." And I said, "Okay, roll with it." So yeah, they might have looked at a certain way to you guys, but and I explained why they looked that way. And to turn around and do something else to them, like paint, people said paint them, or, do something else. With all that shit that's going on with them things, it'll even be worse. So I just rather just leave it like that and be done with it. The whole place is nice. It's a really nice place. The thing people should be saying is, are you going to say, "I hope you get a good tenant"? That's what you should be saying, instead of just worrying about the fucking cabinets. Who cares about the fucking cabinets? I mean, the place is nice, and the guy can start generating some income and make his money back, because those guys fucking ripped him off. And that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the fact that the guy was ripped off. I'm not looking at no HGTV shit. How somebody thinks something's supposed to look. I'm thinking about a guy who just got ripped off for a lot of goddamn money, and it's my job to make certain he'll have to pay twice the money, and try to restore this guy's faith. Because what's going to happen at the end of the day, he's going to say, "Shea saved the day for me. I got other friends who are investors. Let me tell them about you." And that's what he did. He turned around and said, "I got friends that I'm going to share your videos with, and they're all investors." So there's a method to my madness, too. So I'm not upset when people reach out to me and voice their concerns. Like, who was it? I forgot his name, but he sent me a text. I get texts and emails all the time from people who love me and people who fucking hate me and people who just like speak their fucking mind. He said, he might be listening too. He said, "I love the show. I love what you do, brother. Blah blah blah. You the man. But I didn't like what you did over there at East Point, and I wouldn't have paid for it. I personally wouldn't have paid for that myself. That was just terrible." And I'm like, wow. I'm sitting here reading this shit, right? I said, well, maybe he lost sight of what this was all about from the beginning. And I was kind of saying, if you follow this story from the beginning, it's all about the investor who got hammered, who got screwed and scammed out of money. That's what this picture's supposed to be about. That's what this story is supposed to be about. The dangers of investing if you don't know who you fucking dealing with. That's what this is all about. Not about some HGTV shit because the cabinets look hideous. No, you gotta look beyond that. Because if all you see is just that, then you're not paying attention to the story. And there's a story that I'm telling that you're gonna fucking miss out on that might help save your life. So don't focus. Just you gotta take the blinders off and look at the bigger picture. Because there's a bigger picture. Other than the cabinets is fucking hideous. Oh well. I don't give a fuck if the cabinet was fucking pink. It comes down to me saving the day for this guy, making sure he don't have no more money just bled out of him, so he can start recouping his money and move on. And maybe down the road, who knows? Maybe he makes enough money for the place, and say, all right, Shea, I want to put some new cabinets in there, cause I made some money now. Can we do that? Sure. But at the same time, at the early beginning, let's make it look nice. Let's make it look presentable. And that's what we did. We did our job to make it look nice and presentable. So this person can start making some money instead of losing the money. So that's the picture that I'm looking at when it comes to that. So yeah, I don't mind when people do that. I mean, people going to be people, but I will speak on it. And all that to say is to come back to where I started from the beginning when I first started this. Peer pressure. If you're one of those folks who worry about what somebody think about you, and that affects you and that bothers you because Pookie talking about you behind your fucking back and you can't stand it, fuck it. I said this before. If there's somebody who don't like you now or don't care for you now, what the fuck do you think they're gonna do when you fucking die? If they don't give a fuck about you now and you living, they sure not gonna give a shit about you when you die. And the killing thing about that when you die is you're not gonna know about it because you're dead. That's it. You're dead, you don't know. But at least while you know who the fucking haters are, what I tell you before, step back and let the shit pass you by. Step back. You see the shit coming? Oh, here it's coming. Here comes shit coming down the street. Whoop. Jump back. Like that. Let the shit pass you by. And go about your business. Don't even look at it. Don't even turn around to look at where the shit and where it's going. Fuck where it's going. It didn't hit you. Just don't look backward. Move forward. And whenever you see some shit coming, you can always see some shit coming. Step to the side. Let it by. Let it by. Let it by. And if there's somebody who's running behind you, sometimes 9 times out of 10, that's that person who's running for success, like you are. They're trying to get to that golden ball just like you are. So you got 2 like-minded people heading in the right direction. When you got somebody coming at you going in reverse, step back, let that shit go. Let it go. So what I'm saying is, if you're one of those persons, don't worry about what people think about you. This is basically for the kids now. Don't worry about what Pookie think about you. And no, don't feel bad not to do something because they dare you to do it. And they say, oh man, Pookie, you ain't shit if you don't do this. Well, don't be shit then. Don't be shit. Let them go to jail. Don't you worry. You be stronger than that. You don't fucking follow the crowd. Don't follow the crowd whatsoever. Crowd don't have nothing for you. When you get ready to go to jail, the crowd ain't going with you. You going by yourself. And Pookie out there still doing what he need to do and what he's always doing. So don't follow. Don't follow behind the crowd. Be a leader. Be a leader. It's no shame in telling somebody, nah, man, I ain't gonna do that, man. I don't give a fuck if it's 8 or 9 of your boys hanging out and y'all and you don't want to feel weak. That's where the peer pressure come in. Don't fuck that shit. Walk away. If you hear the motherfuckers talking about some ridiculous shit, talking about getting ready to rob somebody and shit, you let common sense kick in and say, you know, shit, rob somebody. Fuck that shit. I mean, I'm out. Yeah. Later, y'all, and leave. Leave from that situation because you know you should have enough common sense to know that It's not right to sit here and say, I'm going to rob somebody today. I'm going to kill somebody today. I'm going to take somebody's shit today because, goddamn, I'm too lazy to go out and get my own shit. So I'm going to take somebody else's shit. Don't be one of those persons. Don't be one of those persons who's going to go to jail for the rest of your fucking life over some stupid shit. Over some stupid shit. The jailhouse is filled with motherfuckers who did some stupid shit. I mean, some absolutely stupid shit. And when you watch programs like Lock Up Raw, they show these young cats in there. And they sitting there, it's a way of life. They love this shit. And I sit there and I listen to how they talking. And it's like they learn how to make prison soup and they bragging about this shit. I mean, this is home to them. And that's sad. Whenever prison has to be a home to a black man, whenever prison has to be home to a fucking black man and he's comfortable, that shows you that he didn't have anything coming up. Somebody failed that kid at some point. Somebody failed it. He didn't have a solid home. He didn't have a stable home. The mother was probably a prostitute. Father was he didn't know who his daddy was. And then the gangs raised him and shit, and that was his fucking family. And he just learned to be a certain way, and that mindset kicked in. So when you see him go to prison, watch those shows Lock Up Raw and watch those young cats. It's like they say, it's home. It's home. And that's crazy. Sometimes when they're out there on the fucking street and they get those repeat offenders and they going back through the fucking system, what the first thing the motherfuckers say? Yeah, I'm going home. I'm going home. I wonder if my boy Junebug's still there. Oh, that's sad. That's sad. Dare to be different. Dare to be different. Dare not to follow the fucking crowd. Don't be one of those persons on Lock Up Raw saying, this is home. Because it's not. You don't know what freedom is until it's taken away from you. You have no idea. You young cats out here, you got a chance to do the right thing while you have freedom. Because once you lose your fucking freedom, to know that you can't go hang out no more, to know you can't raid the refrigerator when you want to, at any kind of night that you want to, you got to be regulated. You got to sit in a fucking cell all night. The only thing you can do in a cell is shit and piss. So that's all you can do. You can't get up and you can't go raise the icebox. You can't run to the stove for a pack of cigarettes. You can't do none of that shit. You sitting in a fucking 4x9 or 3x9, whatever the fuck it is, and you're sitting there. That's it. Don't let that be your fucking life. Let me tell you something. The first time that I went to jail at nighttime. I mean, I didn't go to prison, no crazy shit like that. It was just some old bullshit that happened. It was kind of real estate related too. But the first time I went, it's a story about the turnkey. I told this story called The Turnkey. I'm not going to get deep into it because this video is getting to be like 28 minutes. And I didn't really want to be this long. So I'll tell the turnkey story another time. But my point is this. That first night that I spent in that fucking jail cell, I said to myself, how the fuck these motherfuckers do this? Who could get used to this shit? This is barbaric. I mean, I'm in a fucking jail cell for one fucking night. Just think about the people who got to sit there for 15 and 20 and 30 years. That one night was fucking with me. I said, oh, hell no. I can't do this. I mean, those young cats was coming in there, they was locking cats up. Hey, Boogie, what's up, man? Hey, man, what's up, man? It was like a fucking family reunion in that bitch. I was sitting there in my own fucking cell. I'm listening to all this kind of crazy shit. I mean, it was like a fucking family reunion. I mean, everybody knew everybody and shit. It was like fucking Cheers when them niggas coming in that fucking place. The young cat that went across the cell for me, and the guy, there's a young cat next to him in the cell. Hey, what's up, man? You all right, man? Yeah, man, what's up, dog? You back again? Yeah, you know how the shit go, man. Yeah, you know, it's all right. You know, I'll be out a few days. Fuck it, you know, ain't no thing. Put the chick away, ain't got to do this on my head. I'm saying to myself, these motherfuckers crazy. These motherfuckers crazy. Who the fuck? I said, you know what? I'm in my own cell. I just hope they just leave me the fuck alone. I need to get the fuck up out of here. I need to get the fuck up out of here. So the motherfucker across the hall, the cell from me like, hey, old school, Old school. I'm looking around. I said, I guess he talking about me. I'm the only motherfucker up in here, right? Old school. What's up? What you down for? What you down for? You know, man, I had to get tough and shit, show these motherfuckers. Even though he's another cell, I said, dawg, listen. I want to be fucked with, man. Just leave me alone, man. I got shit on my mind, man. You know, just don't fuck with me, dog. I'm good. You know, I'm good. All right, go school. All right. So I'm sitting there and say, all right, okay, I think I won that war. I think I won that shit. And so here come Pookie. Here's another Pookie getting ready to go to another fucking cell. They put him in a fucking cell on the opposite side of this mother. He get ready to say, hey, old school. Then this guy said, man, you really old school alone, man. Mother don't want to be fucked with, man. I was just trying to holler at him and shit, man. You really leave old school alone. Oh, my bad. I said, Man, I'm trying to fuck people do that shit. I mean, that whole goddamn night, it's just like, it was like fucking eternity. They didn't have no fucking walls. I mean, the walls was there. There was no clock. There was no fucking window. I think that shit is set up by design. It has to be set by design to sit in that bitch in the back cell and not knowing whether it's day or fucking night and how many hours you been in there. I mean, that was, I don't see how these motherfuckers do that shit. And every other hour and shit, I said, Turkey, because I heard the young boys say, hey, Turkey, give me this. Hey, Turkey, I need this block. Hey, Turkey, when I can make my call. I said, well, that's fucking jail lingo. I said, I'll go ahead and use it. So I said, hey, Turkey. He said, what's up, man? What you need? I said, what time is it? He said, I think it's 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock? Goddamn. Remember when they brought me there was only fucking 4 o'clock in the afternoon. When they brought me there to be fucking processed, I said, all right, fuck it. So I sat there on this fucking slab. I meditated. I was sitting here like almost going crazy. I gotta get the fuck out of here. Oh, I just can't wait because I'm supposed to be video rain in the morning, right? And I said, oh my God. And so later I said, it's been long enough. I said, Turkey, what time is it? It's only 40 minutes away from what I told you last time. I said, 6:40? I said, oh, hell no. I said, I ain't gonna fucking make it. Oh, my God, I ain't gonna fucking make it. I ain't been in this bitch 2 hours and shit. I'm fucking losing my goddamn mind. I'm sitting here like, this ain't good. This is not fucking good. So at some point, I sit there and I had my shit all crossed and shit. I'm trying to meditate like a motherfucker because now I'm really fucked up down. I'm trying to meditate. That's okay, Shay. It'll be okay. You're right. By the time you count to 10, it'll be fucking 11 o'clock. At least 11:30. Because it's been a while since I called the turnkey. I said, yeah. Then I ain't got too much longer to go. Then 8 hours and it'll be morning time and shit. I think because I can't see what time it is. And I'll be good. Then I just do it the problem tomorrow. I said, Turkey. He said, what is it? I said, what time is it? Remember, I'm thinking it's supposed to be about at least 11:30. This motherfucker told me 8:42. I said, oh my God. I said, I'm about to lose my goddamn mind. That's it. It's over. If I had a rope, goddamn it, no wonder they take your goddamn shoestrings before they put you in the fucking cell and shit. The motherfucker hang yourself. That'd have been it for me. Woo-wee. Man. But eventually, at some point, when morning time came, I mean, they wasn't gonna press their charges. They let me go, and I just like when they opened up them fucking bars, that cell, and I walked out. I felt like I walked out and shit. Like they had just gave me a new leaf on life, and it's like they just gave me a suit, $20, and some used shoes, and said, you can go. Oh man, I came outside like, woo-wee, hell yeah, damn. So that's what outside looks like. I mean, I've been in there less than a goddamn night. All I'm saying is, you don't want to follow that pattern. If you're young right now and listen to me, I mean, I joke, I talk a lot of shit, but I'm just keeping the shit real. Don't be a follower because Pookie say you should do something that's going to make you look a certain way. Fuck Pookie. Go on about and live your life the right way. Don't take from somebody. If you want something, fucking work for it. Earn it. the biggest joy that I get out of shit is when I earn something. When I earn something, I can buy myself a car or a house or something because I earned it and shit. You know, it makes me feel good to want to strive for fucking more. And you can't feel pride taking shit from somebody. You know, be a man or be a woman. Work for it. Earn the shit. You'd be surprised what you might feel when you know that you earned something and you got it legit. You didn't have to take it from no damn body. You didn't have to cheat. Shea for Shea Show Real Talk. Thank you for tuning in. It's getting late. It is like 35 minutes. This is probably the longest Shea Show the Real Dark Talk video I have ever done in freaking history. So I'm sorry for taking it so long. I just had so much to say. All right? Take care.